that did not work out very well. Okay, let's try that again. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Lines. My name is Jack Krause, and today I'm going to get you set and ready for tonight's Coke Zero Sugar 400 from the Daytona International Speedway. Now, before we get into it, I know that there's a lot of news regarding NASCAR as a whole, and I'll get into that in a later video, but for tonight, we're only going to talk about basically everything that you need to know for today's Coke Zero Sugar 400, so let's get right into it. Let's first get right into it with the track facts from the Daytona International Speedway. It's the second time NASCAR will be back in Daytona Beach, Florida this season, and it'll be the last time that they will do it, for now at least, on July 4th weekend, as next year it will be moved to August in favor of Indianapolis. Oh god, let's just not even get into that. Daytona is a 2.5 mile racetrack located in Daytona Beach, Florida, with 4 turns as usual. The lap record was set by Billy Elliott in the late 1980s with a time of 42.783 or 210 miles an hour. 31 degrees in the turns, 18 degrees in the travel, and the back straightaway is just a mere 2 degrees. 160 laps make up 400 miles, 40 laps in segment 1 and 2, or stage 1 and 2, and 80 laps in stage 3, with the defending winner being Eric Jones. Now, speaking of Eric Jones, he's gonna need to have a good night here at Daytona if he wants to have a good shot at making the playoffs. Let's take a look at the standings after Chicagoland Speedway. Alex Bowman becomes the 7th different winner of the season, so his name is now colored in green. Kevin Harvick still the highest driver without a win, 194 points ahead of 17th place. Kurt Busch in 9th, Ryan Blaney in 10th, Aric Almirola in the 11th, William Byron, good run for him, jumps up to 12th in points, as well as Kyle Larson in 13th. Jimmy Johnson picks up 3 spots, jumps from 17th now to 14th with his top 5 run at Chicagoland. 15th is Daniel Suarez along with his teammate Clint Bowyer in 16th, 15 points above the cut line ahead of Eric Jones in the Toyota. Very surprising to see him there below the cut line. Ryan Newman in 18th, 20 points behind. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 19th, and people have said this could be his one and only shot at making the playoffs, as he has won Daytona in the past. 58 points below the cut line, and Paul Menard 62 points below the cut line in 20th. Now let's take a look at the odds to win the Coke Zero Sugar 400. Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick on the top of the charts, the favorites to win the race with a 3-1 chance for Kyle and a 9-2 chance for Harvick. Mark Truex Jr. with a 6-1 chance. Brad Keselowski, the 2016 winner of the Coke Zero Sugar 400, with an 8-1 chance, as well as his teammate Joey Logano. Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson both with a 10-1 chance, and Denny Hamlin, the 2-time Daytona 500 champion, with an 18-1 chance, as well as Clint Bowyer. Ryan Blaney and Kurt Busch, as well as Eric Jones, all 3 with a 20-1 chance. Aric Almirola and Jimmy Johnson, and last week's winner Alex Bowman with a 30-1 chance, and Daniel Suarez with a 40-1 chance of winning. Now let's get to expectations. Now, actually, before we get into that, if you realize the video is kind of short because, you know, I don't have really a lot to talk about that, and due to time, you know, restrictions, I cannot do like the full starting grid. So what I will have is, as you have noticed throughout the video on the bottom of the screen, I will be placing the starting grid just so that you guys can know where your favorite driver is starting. So again, apologies for that. That's why it's an Inside the Lines and not a pre-race show, because I still don't have the full of everything. But yeah, what do I expect for this race? Really, I'm expecting a good race. Practice was very, very interesting, and specifically between William Byron and Brad Keselowski. This was talked about all weekend long, ever since it took place on Thursday, I believe, when Brad Keselowski really just turned William Byron. And according to what he says, it was, quote, to send a message. Take a listen.
What happened in the incident with William Byron?
Just I had a big run, and put me in a position where I had to lift, and I keep telling these guys I'm not lifting, so hate it for his team and that they got to work on their car, and so did ours, but just trying to send a message, I'm not lifting.
So it was, as a veteran move, time for you to send a message, you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I'm tired of getting wrecked at the play tracks. I've been wrecked out of 4 of these last 5 races, quite honestly, because I let people pull moves like that on me, so they're all watching, they know.
Well, William Byron, A, great save. B, any idea what led up to that?
Obviously, you know, I was in the lead last year and he was second. Kind of, I guess he felt like I threw a block. I mean, I thought I was clear there, which obviously I was, and he just decided to kind of drive in the left rear and then really kind of gave us the damage on the right rear. So, I don't know. I mean, it's practice. You know, I get it, but I don't think that was really necessary to turn us there. But it's all right. We'll get it fixed and go race on Saturday night and be good there.
So to be clear, you feel like this was him in some way sending a message?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really expect that, but that's all right. It wasn't like I changed 4 lanes down the backstretch and blocked him. I was just kind of holding my lane, and he just used his run to drive into my left rear. So that's all right. At least I saved it, and we still got a race car here to run with on Saturday night.
So you making repairs to this one or a backup car?
Yeah, I think we'll be able to make repairs to this. If we hadn't gotten the right rear damage, I think we would have been fine. Just put on some side skirts, but it's all good. We'll get it fixed. Thanks to my guys for working hard on it. It's a good piece, so hopefully we can get it fixed up.
Terrific save by William Byron, and a wise young man there. So gotta wonder if he's going to go have a chat with Brad Keselowski.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but that was really kind of stupid from Brad. I mean, what message was he sending? He didn't really send any message. Byron moved up just a tad bit. I don't think he didn't even come down, at least from my perspective. He didn't come down. He just held his lane just a bit off of the yellow line. Then Brad just turned him. So I don't know what message he's trying to send, but I mean, I don't know. If that's what you're trying to send, I don't expect a lot of friends to go with you in the closing laps of a race. That's all I'm saying. I expect the Chevys to run really well. They ran very good at Talladega. I don't think you're going to see what you saw in the 500 with the Chevy Toyota working together. I don't think you're going to see that. Chevy with Hendrick and Chip Ganassi, they have worked very nicely together, as well as RCR. So I think they're gonna Chevys are gonna be very strong in that race. They're gonna bring some competition to the Ford camp with Stewart Haas and Team Penske, so it should be fun to watch. I don't expect Toyota to run well, at least for Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. Those are really 2 only drivers I expect out of Toyota camp to run well. Truex, I don't see him being a good restricted plate racer, as well as Eric Jones. Even though he did win, I just don't view him as the type of person to be out in front, contending for the win, unless there's a major crash that takes place and he's luckily in the catbird seat. So I don't expect Toyota to run well. I expect a great race. What we saw at Talladega was really good racing. What we saw in practice was fun to watch. Drivers getting massive runs. You're not going to see that much of a bubble effect as you saw in previous 500s or previous Super Speedway races. I don't expect to see any single file or any freight train for that matter because of this package. That's really the only good thing about this package at Super Speedways, or at least at Daytona Talladega, is the fact that you're not going to see that little freight train effect that NASCAR fans absolutely despise. So that should be fun to watch. Obviously, the big one, when is that going to take place? Again, it's not if, it's a when. And because of think about, they're going 205 miles an hour. That might not sound fast, but because back then we're doing maybe 202, but in today's world and today's NASCAR, that is extremely fast. Think about it, back then, just a few years ago, they might go maybe 180, 195, 196. Now they're going 205. A lot of speed. The car is stuck to the ground. So when you're stuck to the ground with very high speed, that means the car is, I don't want to say, it's going to be a lot easier to control with all that downforce. So expect a lot of aggressive moves from the drivers like Keselowski, who's Stenhouse. Watch for him. Drivers like that, because there's so much downforce, and drivers are going to have a lot of control of the cars because of downforce and because there's a lot of grip due to the track being cool. You're going to see a lot of aggressive moves throughout the entire race. But I think overall, it's just going to be a very fun race to close out the 60-year history of Daytona on 4th of July weekend. Now, for my pick to win, I really have no idea who's going to win this race. So to help me decide, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on my phone and just Google, give me a random number between 1 to 99. So actually, let me make sure I have the track, or not the track list, but the entry list up. Alright, so I have the entry list in front of me. Alright, let's get right into it. Give me a random number between 00 and 96. Alright, here we go. See what it says.
Here's a random number, 17.
17! There you go. I don't know if y'all can read that. There it is. 17. Actually, I might want a different number. Give me a random number between 0 and 96.
89.
Okay, there is no 89. Give me a random number between 0 and 96. Please be a good number. Give me a good number.
Here's a random number, 14.
Alright, fine, 14. Alright, read that. There you go, 14 right there. Okay, Clem Boyer's gonna win. that's what Google picked. I'm not picking Stenhouse. Okay, I refuse to pick Stenhouse. The reason why I'm not picking Stenhouse is not because I don't think he has a shot at winning. It's just that he's just gonna wreck so many people that when it comes down to, you know, race time, no one's gonna go with him. So he's not gonna even have a shot at winning because no one will be bothered to push him. So, alright, Clint Boyer, fine. We're picking Boyer. You're welcome, Raw Gator. But yeah, this is going to be a very fun race. And yeah, I'll be excited to see what happens. I will try to do a live stream for the event. Obviously, race reactions. But I can't guarantee it due to either number one, you know, might be doing something else. Or number two, internet. Because I'm in a different room, as you can see. And my internet is utter garbage compared to the other room, which is behind that door. So, yeah, don't expect a live stream. But if I can, I will. Also, the NASCAR Heat 3 announcements are going to be unveiled tomorrow, or at least later today at around 3 o'clock, I believe. So, yeah, it should be interesting to see what they come out for the 4th installment of the NASCAR Heat series. Tell me, what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win the Coke Zero Sugar 400? Tell me in the comment section down below. But until next time, my name is Joe Cross from NASCAR on NWK. Please leave a like and subscribe for more. And I'll see you guys in the next video.